got a little suit.
My name is George Jones, and I'm here speaking on behalf of the 3 veterans organizations operating in Jackson County. The purpose of our presentation today is to provide you, the Scottsboro City Council, with an overview of our vision and our desire to develop a Veterans Memorial Park on veteran-owned property adjacent to the Veterans Home in Scottsboro that all of Jackson County will be proud of. Our goal is for the City Council to support this project, work with us on this project, and to be represented on a steering committee for planning, organizing, and implementation of this project. A packet of pictures of several of the various memorial parks that we visited since this idea came into our heads. And the first one on the top is a picture of a tank. This tank is the tank that will be coming to Scottsboro very soon, and I'll be talking about that shortly. Also, you have a hypothetical park layout. I drew it out. It's not professional. It's just handwritten, but it's a hypothetical park layout using our property, utilizing our property, and the property is located on Heroes Drive. It's across from the fairground to the right side as you're looking at the Veterans Home. Also in the packet is a current letter that we are using now. Okay, you may have read in the newspapers or heard from others that our veterans have been approved by the United States Army to take possession of an Army tank. Before transporting the tank, we have to complete the concrete slab that will support the weight of the tank. We're talking 65 tons, 130,000 pounds. The work is now in progress, and I'm happy to report tonight that the slab has been formed up and should be completed this week, this Wednesday, with the pouring of the concrete. The location of the tank will be on our veterans-owned property, adjacent, approximately 170 feet to the right of the building and 75 feet back off the street. When the slab is completed, the Army will initiate the paperwork transferring title of the tank to us. After receiving the title, we will be cleared to initiate the transporting of the tank from its current location in Anniston, Alabama, to Scottsboro, Alabama. Meteor Express, a local Scottsboro trucking company, is waiting for the green light to proceed with transporting the tank. This effort to acquire the tank has stirred a desire within our community for a Veterans Memorial Park for all of Jackson County. Jackson County currently does not have such a park. Several of our veterans have started visiting Veterans Memorial Parks to get ideas in other counties and states. They have visited Veterans Memorial Parks in Dunlop, Tennessee, Marion County, Tennessee, Priceville, Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, and others. And in that packet of pictures is a variety of those parks, different views of some of the ideas that these other parks present. I think most of us here today, more than likely, have visited or toured a Veterans Memorial Park at some point in time. To say the least, we were impressed with the static displays. The tanks, planes, helicopters, armored personnel carriers, cannons, jeeps, etc. We were even more impressed with the various park layouts, the memorials, memorial brick walkways, statues, the park setting, etc. We were also impressed with the tranquil atmosphere where visitors could reflect, honor, and pay tribute to their local community military men and women that have sacrificed for and served their country. We are here today because we think it is time for a Veterans Memorial Park in Jackson County. Our veterans have already taken the first step to make this park a reality. We have our first static display, the Army tank, coming to Jackson County. We have also initiated raising funds through donations to assist with the costs of transporting the tank and initiating the plans and development of the park. Reaction from the community has been extremely positive. And I'd like to throw in at this point, this wasn't part of my presentation, but donations from the city would be greatly appreciated. We believe the next step in our vision to initiate the development of a Veterans Memorial Park for Jackson County is the organizing of a steering committee for moving this project forward. We would like a steering committee that is representative of our veterans organizations, the VFW, the American Legion, city government, county government, and possibly other entities whose presence on the committee would be valuable in fulfilling the vision of making this project a reality. The veterans will work with interested partners in this undertaking to determine the makeup of the steering committee. The steering committee will make the decision on the need to incorporate and file for tax-exempt status for the purpose of furthering this vision. The committee or corporation will be in charge of making decisions on all aspects of the project, to include but not limited to, if incorporated, the makeup of the corporation, developing plans and making decisions on the layout and content of the park, taking charge of the fundraising and expenses of the project, scheduling the development of the project, selecting the contract for various phases of the project, and both the VFW Post and the American Legion are going to start applying for additional static displays for the park. Jackson County Commission Chairman Matthew Hodges has indicated that the county would like to be part of this project. We would like for the Scottsboro City Council to also join with us and work with us in the development of the Veterans Memorial Park of Jackson County. And we welcome your comments and questions. Thank you.
Anyone have any questions? George? How are you going to go about putting this committee together, Mr. Jones? Just volunteers, or are you going to, I was thinking about our city engineer, Josh Little, would be a good one to probably be on there from the standpoint of, helping, with all, whatever you might need to meet or not need, so.
Well, we are open as far as the steering committee. The idea of the steering committee is to figure out how we're going to put together the people and the resources that we're going to need to start moving forward. But we are open.
So looking at one or two from the city or county, if you tell us, and we can make it happen.
Yeah, I'll think of maybe one or two from the city, one or two from the, maybe two from the county, and then maybe two from each of the veterans organizations. But again, we're treading on new territories. Y'all have the resources and the expertise of putting together a project. In my mind, I was thinking like the development of an industrial park, that we have out on Highway 72. Both you and the county, you've got that knowledge, we do not. We have the vision, and we have some resources, but we're looking forward to some help.
So if I get you a couple of names, then that would be kind of what I'm looking for. Maybe one of us and plus Josh.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, if you could provide me some names, and then I will talk to Matthew. I'm going to meet with the county commissioners next Monday night and make the same presentation to them, even though Matthew has already heard a little of it and says I want in. And the same thing, I'll ask them to give us a couple of names.
We'll get you something by the end of the week.
Yeah, that would be fine.
What kind of, what amount of funds are you looking for from the city, the county, and from the?
Well, that's some of the things I believe that this steering committee is going to have to look into.
So you're not doing that?
I know what it costs to put the tank in, or pretty close to what it's costing to put the tank in. And by the way, we have donations coming in. We've got several, close to a couple $1,000, I guess, somewhere in that range. Just from talking among ourselves, we receive donations. But also the biggest donations that we are getting is that the contracting company that is doing the work, their labor is free. The concrete that we're getting, it's less than 50% of the actual cost or free. We haven't heard yet, we'll find out Wednesday. The trucking company, Meter Express, they're going to provide free transportation. All they're going to ask us to do is provide, pay for the permits that are going to be needed to carry an overweight tank, down the highways, and possibly the fuel. So we have a lot of people donating assets or resources to us, and it's not costing us much money to have this tank put in place. And so hopefully down the road, we'll have more generous people that will want to be work with us. I'd like to point out that one of the key things I think that's going to help us is in this donation letter. If I may, I'd just like to cover on page 2 of that letter. Actually, it might be on the back page of the letter. It's got a special donors memorial, and we've seen this at every single memorial we've gone to. A special donors memorial will be displayed at the park, listing the names or the company name of the following generous donors. Platinum, excess of $5,000. Gold, $2,000. Silver, $1,000, and bronze, $500. People that donate that much money are going to have their name on a memorial that'll be there forever at the park. And all donations are tax deductible, and it says where they can send the donation. And we are keeping track of people that donate their time or labor in this case, and we're going to apply that towards them being on the memorial.
Mr. Jones, I know that funding's going to determine a lot of this, but do y'all have any kind of time frame of when you would like to see this project be completed? Have you thought about that, or?
Well, I think all of us would like to see it done next month.
Right.
But the parks that we visited, some of them are still in progress, and it's been 2 to 3 years. This is not an overnight thing. There's a lot of planning that goes into it. I know the one, I believe it was in Dunlop, was very, very impressive. And it's been in progress for 2 years, and they still got more work to do.
Okay.
Make it even better.
Thank you.
Any other questions?